We're live. Right now, we're live. A little bit late, but sorry to have kept you all. Time just got away. Good afternoon, Karen. I have been busy thinking, but yes, not as much done as I'd probably have liked to, but I didn't expect much of today. We're extremely busy. Hello, Leslie. Leslie says hello to everyone. Hello, Kim. Hello, Bridget. Bridget says hello, Trish and Co. Hello, Mary. And Mary says hi to everyone today. And there's Anne watching. I'd love to one of these days bring them on camera. I wonder if you've seen it as well. Hello, Eliza Jane. And Christine says hi to everyone. And Sue. Hi, Sue. Hi, Trudy. Trudy says hi to everyone. And Elaine. I'm well, thank you. Oh, lovely. That's lovely. I have still got some sale parcels to come out, unfortunately. And they haven't got done today, but tomorrow, yes, I'm going to finish them all. Hello, Diane. Hello, Sadie. Sadie hopes all is well with everyone. Hi, Linda. I think Linda's I've yet to do. Hello, Josie. Josie says hi to everyone. And who else is there? Hello, Mary. Everyone, no idea what today's make is. No, I've only just put it up. Hello, Sally. Hello, Sandy. Oh, good. So some parcels are arriving. That's really good. Hello, Rosemary. Lucky girl yesterday. That will be coming out tomorrow because I've had the postage things through. And hello, Brenda. Oh, you enjoyed yesterday. Jolly good. Who else can we see? Brenda hopes all the girls are well. Hello, Iris. Lovely to see you. Thanks for commenting. You may have been watching, but I don't think I've noticed your name up there before. But glad you could join me. And all of us, in fact. Hello, Sharon. That's lovely. And Penny. Hello, Mrs. Pop a Pin in it. That's me. Well done. Hello, Eileen. And hello, Debbie. Oh, it's your first live visit, Iris. Oh, that's lovely. And you're from Bonnie, Scotland. Didn't realise that. I've missed somebody there because there's Rebecca. Hello, Joanna. Oh, good. When you'd said that, I thought, I think it's gone out. I'm glad you love the boutiques. Hello, Rebecca. And hello, Dexter. Must wave to Dexter. Hope you're both well. Hello, Margaret. Hello, Karen. I'm glad you enjoyed the shows yesterday. And you bought the Unity patterns. I've got loads of... Yes, that's why I do patterns separately. Because I know loads of you have got fabric. So you can do it in your own style, your own way. Hello, Patricia. And hello, Linda. All glad you like the shows. Hello, June. I don't think I've noticed June before. Welcome to our little group. Good afternoon, Louise. Last week of homeschooling. Oh, yes. That for me means, yes, I have 2 children on a Monday. So, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Oh, Sadie hopes Rebecca's feeling better. What the heck is Biscornu? I think, Bridget, you'll recall, because I've done it a long, long time ago. Hello, Jill. You missed your first Trisha time on Sunday. Oh, did you? Oh, well, we missed you. We missed you. But I'm sure you've caught up. Yeah, and family does come first, especially if you haven't seen them for 6 months. It's a long time, isn't it? Oh, Sue's got her fabrics. Lovely. Hello, Sue. There we are, Iris. I knew. I've just forgotten who said there was another person as well. Oh, my brain is dead. It really is. But I know there'll be lots of welcomes for everybody that joins in. Hello, Pamela. Hopes everyone's well. They have just, well, yesterday, in fact, because when I got home, the hall was full, and then some more came today. I don't think webbing. I think I've got some more coming tomorrow. And my husband said, "You're joking," because he went to the door. He said, "You're joking. Look at this. I can't take any more." I said, "Just let the man deliver." So there's a little bit to my side. Loads of wadding, because I knew lots of you wanted Thermolam, and I knew I'd got a lot to use, and the H640. So I have got hundreds of metres. It will add up to hundreds of metres. So if anybody wants any, it will be here. But I have obviously got to focus on getting all the Hochanda parcels out this week. But come next week, I shall be absolutely on top of it. There we are. Oh, June, that's right. Welcome to June. So June and Iris are new today, and anybody else is more than welcome. There we are. Welcome to the gang. Oh, and loved the shows yesterday. I looked lovely. Did I? Oh, thank you. I don't know. The coral, I did actually change from one show to the next, which I don't always do. I took something else along. Didn't realise I'd be sitting down, but I was glad that I've got something nice and loose on. But they were both linen shirts, Marks and Spencer's. No commission, no, I'm not promoting, but they were M&S linen ones, so obviously they creased. So the night before, I had gone up to use the steam iron, and it decided to gunge out, mucky, whatever. So, I couldn't believe it, so I got these marks on it. So it went straight in the washing machine. This is about 8:30 at night. Husband took it up to the airing cupboard. I didn't expect it to be dry by the morning, but it was. So I ironed it in the morning and took that. And I thought, well, if I look at it and there's a mark still on it, I have got something else. So, yes, it was all right in the end. But as you know, I don't panic. But I was sitting down, as I say. I prefer to stand these days because I have more space. I mean, you could see that tiny little area, and I can't stand it. This is bad enough with 1.5 meters that I've got on the desk I've got here. But I just want more space. And I'm sure all of us sewing people on there would as well. Hello, Sally. Oh, you have watched many times, but this is your first time live. Oh, that's lovely, Iris. I'm glad you could join us live. I think it just makes you feel that little bit more involved and here chatting away with different people and knowing that there's, lots of us all together. So lovely. Thank you for joining us. There we are. Oh, Rosemary's saying, welcome to our wonderful Trisha time. It was lovely yesterday because we had, or I had a giveaway as it was the first birthday of So Totally Trisha. And Rosemary was the first one to be drawn out. And it's so nice when I know the person. So that was really lovely. And as Rosemary messaged me to say that she was never lucky, but on this occasion she had won something. I was absolutely thrilled. So well done, Rosemary. Thank you for buying from the show, as I know you've bought frequently previously anyway, but well deserved. I would love all of you to have one, but no, that was really lovely for you to win that. Hello, Julie. Eliza Jane asked a question about poppers. Had I realised what I wanted was snaps, I would have found them on the internet. Okay, that's all right. In fact, Natasha had some on the show. My husband also says that he may have some in the attic left over from when I made an awning for the motor caravan. Never mind, Eliza Jane, nothing's a silly question. And June watched the show yesterday for the first time and loved every minute. Oh, that was good, that was good. I must admit, I loved working Adam. I find funny, as Janice does as well. I find her, she says some comments which actually make me chuckle. Because I was actually saying to her that I don't find comedians funny anymore. Years and years ago, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but they were actually funny, or whether it's my age that's doing it, but just off the cuff little comments. Janice is very witty, and Adam, he just can't help himself. He was lovely, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed myself. The time just flies by. I'm glad you enjoyed the shows, but I just feel I didn't demo enough. I always have at least 2 things to do, and time just went, and I practically finished both of them, but not quite. But there we go. Never mind, another time. I see Biscornu had to come, haha, says Ruth. Yes, well, I must admit, I saw somebody else had a picture somewhere, and I thought, oh, I'll do one of those, because my brain has become a little bit dead of late because of thinking of what to do next, and with all the other things going on. So I just thought, that's easy. Tomorrow, I shall do a rerun of the face mask, purely because now that a week on Friday it's compulsory to wear them. I thought there may be some people who need to make their own, and I know I've sent a lot of PDFs out, but I thought I'd just do a rerun. It'll only be really quick, but there may be some people who haven't made or haven't got too much of an idea of the shape ones, so I thought I'd do that. But because I hadn't got time today to go and, well, I needed to go and print it, another pattern off, because I've got 2 or 3 somewhere, just the same as I've sent out to you, but I just didn't have the time, because children were a little bit, well, it was nearly 4:25 before Mummy came to pick up the grandchildren, and so it was like, I just can't get it done in that time. So I quickly put that on, just saying I would be a little bit late, because then it made it sort of easier to, I don't like to push them out the door, but they were having fun in a box that 2 rolls of wadding came in. And if you feel that you have to buy expensive toys for children, don't bother. One big cardboard box with nice big flaps, and there they were hiding in it, and I was saying, where have they gone? And they were the happiest little children you would know. So hello Claire, oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the shows yesterday as well. And Patricia, you're back from the weekend away and your sisters had a lovely time. Oh, that's lovely, I'm glad you did. I think we're really realising how much family means to us, because we haven't been allowed to see them for so long. It's now that you think, right, you know, it is so important. So and just lovely. So just make the most of it when you can. Hello Tony. Julie placed an order yesterday morning, then got top cash back into her account, so placed another order in the afternoon. Well done, Julie. That's a good thing, yes. Oh, and Joe says I suit the coral colour. Yeah, it is one of my favourite colours, actually. I think I can take a bright colour. I was going to say because of my dark hair, but it's not so dark anymore. But hey ho, I like colour. Yes, so Adam is hilarious. Yeah. I think he was a blue coat or a red coat in his time, and he's got a lovely voice. I don't know if you've seen any of his YouTube videos, but I've listened to them, and yeah, he's really good. Yes, do, Rosemary, when you use some. I tell you what, unless you make something huge, it will take you a long time to get through a layer cake, because you can pick and choose what you like from it and just use a few bits at a time, and you'll be surprised if you use it that way at how many things you can actually make. Oh, Sandy enjoyed the shows. Good. I like funny scripts instead of funny people. Yes, yeah. Well, obviously nothing on the shows is scripted. I mean, I would imagine the presenters to have an idea of how they're going to start a show, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just whatever springs to mind or whatever question is asked, I just go with the flow, if you like. But yes, it is definitely live. Oh, Sally, you agree? Yeah, today's humour. I mean, husband, I can't think what there's some programmes later on, say 10:30 onwards, of some youngsters, and there's a lot of swearing, and he says, did you find that funny? And I just, no, not in the slightest. Absolutely, I wouldn't bother. Well, I don't watch it because it's just on in the background. Lindsay's laughing like anything when you couldn't remember the name. I know, I couldn't remember the name of the pearl bag, and that's my mum's name. Actually, I shall ring her later on and she'll say, how could you possibly have forgotten my name? I know. And I was doing so well, wasn't I, remembering all those names, and then I had to get in Quintessa, Rowena, Serena, afterwards, because I thought, yeah, terrible. And the chat, I'm natural. I just talk too much, Jackie. I'm sorry. Oh, Joanna, your daughter wants you to make some masks for her. That's good. So if you haven't had the PDF, I can't remember. I have actually sent so many out. So I hope you're all making good use, because they are quite nice to make, and the fit is quite good. I mean, obviously they won't fit everybody, but you can tweak it, and I know you'll know what to do. Oh, that's lovely, Andrea. So everybody in the hospital loved your mask yesterday. Okay, so if you would like the face mask, please can you send me an email? Let me just see. I did have my piece of paper down here. I thought I'll keep it by me. There, oops, there, even there. There is my email address. If you want to screenshot that or rewind, or if you've got paper and pen, oh, go away, there's a wasp fly. If you send me an email just requesting the PDF for the face mask and messenger bag if you haven't had that as well, and then I can just reply attaching the PDF for you. Hello, Audrey. Yes, I'm sure you will. It will be there as soon as I shall get. I did have a lot of orders, as you can imagine, and there were sellouts and then the extended delivery sellouts. So extreme amounts in my head. Yep, I've got it all planned. I will do this, 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 and this, but everything actually takes time. So daughter's going to help. And Martin's been setting a few things up together. I need to do loads more instructions. There is so much to do, but I shall get it done, and I shall work right through into the evening as well, so that there's plenty of time. So Karen, I don't know whether I'd said that before you said or asked for the PDF. If you send me an email to that address, let me just show you it again in case you missed that. You may have asked the question before I answered it, before I'd answered it. So that's my email address, and just say, could I have the PDF for the mask, please? And I will, with pleasure, send it through to you. Hello, Jeanette. Eliza Jane feels I demo a lot more than a lot of people on Hachanda. You need to leave some out. You need to leave some out as you want people to get your patterns. I know, but I do. What I like to do is, if I start something off, so that then you've got a feel for it. Oh yes, that's quite good. I could do that. But it was like the slider bag, which I did demo in the second show, and I think one, if not two, had sold out without me even demonstrating. So it was amazing. I just didn't know why or how. So one thing, let's see, yes, that when I had the charm pack, I don't feel that was put over properly, because on both occasions I think I actually elaborated on it, because the actual product was all about the Moda charm pack, the Catalina one, and then with the 1/2 metre of white on white, which is a beautiful scroll fabric. So you've got a white scroll, like it embossed, but it isn't embossed, there's no depth to it, but you've got a white embossed pattern on there, scroll pattern. So that was what you were buying into, and then it was the inspiration was the pattern I got with it, but you didn't have to use it for that. And I wondered whether perhaps it was the technique was one I've shown you all before, which was the 5-minute block, and but then using all of the charm squares but two. But if you bought a charm pack before, you would also have the bag that I did, the Sawtooth block one in the Shimo, and the Beau Papillon as well, that's right. So I've got quite a few of those left, so we'll see. I might bring them to you in the next sale. Sharon watched the shows at work. Ooh, yes, that's quite a. Did you keep switching the window so that nobody could see that you're watching it? So Elaine ran a catering business with your husband years ago, and the daughters loved delivery day, so they could make cars, trains, houses out of the boxes. Yes, and use the giant lids for wheels. Yeah, they absolutely loved the boxes. Yeah, nothing better than a cardboard box. Now, if you said that to Martin, because I do get quite a few cardboard boxes which always go in the recycling bin, and the recycling bin is collected every 2 weeks, and I guarantee it's full within the week. So every time he sees another delivery, he says, well, I won't be able to get that in the wheelie bin. Oh, no. I said, well, never mind. Put it in your wood bin then, But it all gets sorted. Oh yes, a large box covered in brick wallpaper. Yes, that was lovely, lovely. Oh, Jean, welcome to the group. I don't think you've commented before, have you? Are you new to our group? Well, welcome. Or I apologise if I haven't seen your name, but it's new in my mind. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy. Hello, Maggie. And Maggie says hi to everyone. Oh, Jackie's daughter once played in the box and a huge Barbie bus came in. Yeah. Yes, I can remember that. My eldest son, what did he have? I don't know whether it was a cosy coupe for Christmas, and that was in a huge box. And below that, it was just, let's play with box. He was just under 2 then, I think, which I suppose is the same as Charlie. But don't worry, Jeanette. What's Joanna been doing? Making a bag for all your quilting rulers today, but not quite finished. Lovely. I'm sure they will get finished quite soon. I have that in mind, and I've done one a long time ago, but I just haven't got round to doing that yet. The Josie watched and recorded the shows yesterday as well, and rewatched them both last night. Oh, you make me blush, Josie. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I won't say any more. You make me blush. Do you know, I wondered that, Lindsay, the festive lunchbox wasn't available on the just another. Yeah. Yeah, I had to point out a bit about those on there. So I shall have to have a word. I haven't had a great. Yeah, I wonder why it wasn't. I mean, I sent all the stuff through, and yeah, that's just not good. I know you'd answered somebody's comment, which I said that I can do them direct. So if anybody liked the festive lunchbox bag, which was up on a shelf, and I had it in a previous show in June, I can still do them direct from here. So don't worry if you can't get, but it's just all those people that don't use Facebook and just watch the TV won't know that they were there. No, so that is not good. And I did mention that because they've got the strawberry, that has sold out, as has the floral version of it. So why bother to have that on there? Just a little bit irritating. Arlo's just ran in. Is that my Trisha? Oh, hello Arlo. Oh, that's lovely. He was stood waiting for you to answer. I'll answer now. Too many Zoom sessions. Hello Arlo. Lovely to see you today. Oh, how lovely, how lovely. Oh, Karen, you're lucky to get a preview before your shows. Oh, what, from me? Yes, I did. They did actually, in the end, put up that little video that I did. I must say, I don't like doing them. It's, no, it's, I feel a bit silly, to be honest. But, I thought, having done it, having made time to do it, well, I'll put it out onto Facebook, because why waste my time doing it? And then they did put it on the Hachanda website, I think on Sunday. So, yeah, it was used. Julie was working as well, but I'm at home at the moment, so got away with watching. There we are. Welcome, Jean. Joanna bought the large gift box, but it didn't get a mention much. No, it didn't. And the mini one is lovely. Don't worry, Carol. I should have actually had them. I have got them here. It did cross my mind to just sort of show you all the things. Perhaps I'll do that tomorrow when we do the face mask. I'll just show you all the products I had on the show. But yes, it was quite... I mean, I'm pleased. I'm very, very pleased and most grateful. And you probably noticed I did get to mention the Trisha Times, which I'd wanted to in June but didn't get the opportunity. So it was lovely to be able to tell everybody, because not everybody watches in on this, but it was lovely to tell everybody about the 430s to a wider audience, if you like, and just so that, we might perhaps the ladies that have joined today, I mean, Iris have been watching before, Jean, and yes, I can't remember. There was another lady as well that I thought I hadn't recognised the name. You know, perhaps they've come over from seeing that. I don't know. Andrea hasn't seen the shows yet, but I did buy the butterfly slider pouch kit and the mini gift bag. Oh, you'll love the mini gift bag as well. And Andrea, there is a full, because I did do the slider bag pouch. I call it the telescopic. What did I call it? The telescopic zipped pouch. So there is a little video on here if you want to see the whole way through, because I did do it the whole way through, as opposed to almost doing it the whole way through. But I'm glad when things work out. I mean, you know from watching most days, I make the odd mistake here and there, don't I? And I think, like yesterday's, was it yesterday's? No, Sunday's bag hardware. Now, I mean, it's been a little while since I've put a slider on a strap. So to do it wrong to begin with, so I thought for you, a train of thought, if you like, the way I think slider, always think, do the slider first, so, and you can sort of work it out then. So you've got your strap, stitch the slider onto it, then swivel, and then swivel. So, yes, you're absolutely right. So if you always think when you're using your slider, swivel, swivel, because it was, make sure the strap is sewn to the slider, pop a swivel clasp on the strap, back through your slider, and then a swivel clasp on the other end, because there's nowhere else to put it. So yes, I just thought I might mention that just to, it's like having little prompts, so you know again. So what was that? Christine, yes, Adam did know about Trisha Time. Now you see, I hadn't seen on my, where the comments come, or sometimes it will say somebody's watching, but those people that are watching only are people that are friends on Facebook. So I don't think I was his friend on Facebook, which is why he was able to watch and I didn't know. So who else is out there watching? Honor Chanda, your tabletop is described as 10 by 6. Really? Oh, right. I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah. You see, as I said, it was all about the charm pack and the fabric, and then do what you like with it. And Andrea watched that live when you did it. I just like the kit because I don't have to cut out the pieces. That's right. The first time I make something. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you may want, what I found really good, and I'm really pleased with it, the Decaville Light, which will be in the kit. I mean, possibly people won't be able to get hold of that easily, but I have got a large roll of it, so you know I could easily sell that at different times, but in smaller, because you don't need loads of it. This is the thing. So I could probably do it in fat quarters as well as, you know, half. I do things in half meters anyway, but it just means you don't have to lay out loads of money. That is the thing about a kit. If you buy all the individual pieces, it will actually cost you more. Okay, you'll probably have a little bit of fabric left over, because you can't go into a shop and say, oh, I'd like a piece of fabric that's 10 inches by 14 inches. You'll need to buy probably a half metre, and you've got loads less. But that half metre is probably well over half the cost of the kit. So for your first one, yeah, buy a kit. You've got the pattern, and you can then do as many as you like in your own fabrics, whatever you like, and from your own stash. So yeah, I think it's quite an affordable way of doing things. And as somebody pointed out, well, there's two ways of looking at a kit. You know, I think there's a minority of people that actually like to have a width of fabric so that if they cut something wrong, they've got extra. Whereas I think the majority like cut to size so that then they won't make a mistake, because everything is cut there. I mean, there might be odd little bits like cut the width of fabric in half, or cut the squares out of the bottom of a bag. But apart from that, everything is the size that you need it to be. So I always watch to see what people like or prefer, and try and make things the way that you would like, rather than just going my own sweet way and wonder why people don't buy them, because, well, it's not actually what we want. So, you know, then what is the point? So, didn't get my cup of tea today. I shall have to have words. He did say to me yesterday as well, I don't like being called a butler, you know. I said, I'm only teasing. I have a question about cutting out the beach bag. Oh, right, so fire away a question about cutting out the beach bag. I might, or you might have, send me a message or an email, Sue, because I'll have to think about that, because I did two different ones and the fabric was the other way around, so I need to just look at the kit and work it out, or the pattern and work it out, because I try to keep every bit of information in my head and sometimes it is just not possible. But yeah, send me a message and I'll respond to that. Jill, as a beginner you liked the kit as you wasn't a confident cutter. Yeah, well, this is another thing. If you're not extremely confident, or, you know, it just takes, lovely Sue, it just takes longer, doesn't it? And, you know, we all have a certain amount of time, and if you spend all that amount of time doing the cutting out, it's a bit disheartening. I think you think, oh goodness, right, there's tea needs making, this needs doing, that needs doing. Yes, Tony, I will put my email address up again. There we go. Can we see that? Have I got it? Yes, I've got that in. There we are. That's my mobile number as well, if you ever need to get in touch with me as well. So there we are. Don't forget, excuse me, don't forget the double A in the middle. That is what happens. It hasn't happened for a little while, but people quite often, I should have, when I set that up years ago, or somebody set it up for me, I should have put a dot in the middle. Oh, you did, Eileen. Yeah, I haven't had a chance. Having grandson here today, I actually do nothing apart from be with him, talk to him, and we sometimes do a bit of gardening, because I can just get him a little spade and I'll have a fork, and I'm usually thinking, oh, you're going into my bulbs, or, but no, he's fine. And no, it's just lovely. So I didn't get a chance to, I was going to work it out for you, Eileen, because just making a bag larger needn't necessarily, it depends, I was going to work out whether it needed extra widths on other bits as well, because with the square, whenever we do bags with the square cutouts at the corner, which to me is by far the easiest way of making the base for your bag, the bigger the cutout, the more it will shrink the depth of the bag. So if you started off, say, with a 10-inch length of fabric and 10 inches wide, say, if you had inch cutouts, you would have the height of it, the 10 inches, would actually shrink down to 9, and then it would have just it would be 2-inch width to it. Whereas if with the 10 inches you cut out a 3-inch square, you would have a short, squat type of bag. So it takes that 3-inch square off of the height down to 7, but it makes it broader at the bottom. Some of us know what broad, well, I know what broader at the bottom means, but you know exactly what I mean. So I was just going to work out whether, it depends whether you want it the same width, or you want it larger that way, but it was, bring it down a little bit. I should have used, I've been struggling all afternoon, says Stella, to cut 2-inch strips. I should have used a 2.5-inch jelly roll, but I haven't got a Christmas one. Trisha knows my problem. Yeah, yeah. I haven't been offered any Christmas jelly rolls. I don't know. I don't even think I've ordered any Christmas Moda this year. I've got the little bit that I've sold. I've got that little bit. But no doubt I should have missed out on something really good. But I haven't. Can you add your own comment showing your email address to this Facebook Live and pin it to the top? Bridget, I don't know how to. Bridget, I don't know how to. I will have to, I know. What I shall have to do, I wonder what that little sign means, add. I don't know how to do it, basically. Yeah. Just thinking when other people do it, they get other people to put links up and do things and that. So, yeah. I don't know, Bridget. If you could tell me, that would be lovely. Right, I think I have a Moda One Day special this week. Oh, right. I bet they won't be all the latest ranges. Yes, I bet someone will know there. Isn't my email address on the So Totally Trisha page? It is indeed. Hang it at the back. What should I hang at the back? Oh yes, hang it at the back. Yes, I could, couldn't I? I could put it on. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. I wonder. I'll put it over the top of. Now, have I put where? Oops! Oh, I could tuck it up there. Whoops. Oh. Is that visible? Not quite. Is it this way? Oh, it is that way. Okay. How about, oops, make sure my head, that's it, if I go into the middle, how about that? May add it to the title of the demo. Yes, I could, yes. I could, oh, what's Rebecca say? Oh, yes, Rebecca will be. You can make some of us admins and we could do that kind of thing for you. Absolutely. Okay. That sounds really good, Rebecca. Let's see, that would be fabulous. Yeah, yes please, that would be great. Email and telephone number. Yes. Yeah, it can be screenshot, yeah. I know how to screenshot. I do lots of screenshotting. So that's one thing I do know how to do. But as for everything else, and you remember when I had that lovely filter of clouds going over my face? That was good, wasn't it? I didn't even know I'd done that. So I tend not to touch anything down this bottom here. I can see there's that, yeah. I really should look into what all these things mean, but it's just a time thing. But never mind. So shall we crack on? Shall we move with Biscornu? Now Biscornu, I always thought actually, what did I think it meant? I thought it meant something along the lines of twice cooked. I don't know where cornu came from, but like biscuit. Oh, that's twice cooked, isn't it? Biscuit, twice cooked. So I thought it was like that, but it actually means quirky or skewed. Now skewed is actually really good, and you'll be able to see why. So all we need is just moving. I've got this on charge because my battery will go, but it's okay now. I've got 2 pieces of fabric, which can be any size, 2 squares, and I've used 2 totally contrasting. So there was a bit of batik lying about and a bit of calico. And once we're allowed in with 2 minutes, I could help so it stands for us, so you can just move the camera to, oh, Rebecca, to change your shot. That's what, I see other people do this. You see, I don't know what to buy. I'm sure there's a little, I don't know, a little thing you press, which changes the shot from, so if you have 2 cameras up, yeah, it changes from one, so I don't have to keep moving it. So it goes directly into the place exactly where I want it. Now the other thing, what I'm thinking is, when I get my everything sorted around, I'm going to have a dedicated place for it to be set up. I mean, I could change the background, but it will be set up so that I can leave my stands or tripods where they are, so I know it's always going to be right. But this sounds, oh, so good. Thank you so much. We will talk. Okay, so 2 pieces. These only happen to be 8.5 inches square because the ruler I picked up was one that is 8.5 inches wide. So just for ease. So a 10-inch square, you could do it dinkier, 6-inch, 5-inch. You could go even smaller if you wanted to, but depended. Oh, you completely lost me. Mine hasn't gone. Oh, I don't know. It didn't go my end. Are we frozen or is it me? I don't know. It didn't say anything this end. I'm still here now. Are we back again? Keep going off. Right, I thought it was just me. No, I'll move the camera now. I'll move the iPad now, but only for a second. I'll say it didn't say. Oh, you're still frozen. Frozen. It looks okay for me. Okay, you're okay here with Sharon. You're frozen. Lindsay's got me. Christine's frozen. I wonder what that's all about then. I usually get a little rectangular box up. Okay, here, all even fine. Back again now. And I didn't have a little box up this time. I really don't know. It's fine here, sound and vision. Okay now. It must have been a little blip then, which it decided it wasn't going to tell me. But I'm back. I'm back. Good. Excellent. Right, let's just move these little bits back. I've still got... So, I'm going to tilt you down now. I'm glad you're all back. And I'm hoping that... yeah, let's see. Can you see that? All those bits that I had here yesterday. Oh, let's go down a little. Yep. Right, let's do it like that. See if that's any good. Okay. So there is. So all I'm going to do to start off with. So 2 squares, which are. I'm frozen now, watching on the phone. Oh, I got you now, but you froze about 6 times at the start. Oh right. And it never went off at Stella's at all. Well, I say it didn't tell me that it was going off either. So never mind. Never mind. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to fold, no, in actual fact, I think I'm going to fold this one first of all. The calico, I am going to fold it in half. So we just have a square. And I'm just going to pinch those. Now, of course, I haven't moved everything back to where it was. I'm just going to make little marks. Oh, my pin cushion as well. Right. Let's have a look. My pin cushion is left in there. So, my little pin cushion. Never mind. We will work without pins. So I have folded it in half one way, and I'm going to fold it in half the other way. Now, in actual fact, I can't work. I can work without pins, as you know, because I say pop it, pin in it. But I am going to move to just get. I can see a pen there. Let's hope it works, because most of the pens in this house do not work, but this one should. So what I'm going to do, where I've pinched those, I'm just going to do a little mark. So you just do it at those edges, which are the centre of the square, centre of the edge of each of the squares. And I'm not actually going to bother for this one. So it's going to be put right sides together. Now, as you know, calico really doesn't have a right side or a wrong side, as does my batik. Looks the same on both sides. There's probably a slight difference, but you can't tell. But I would be putting this right sides together. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start so that I'm going to start here. So I'm taking one of the centre points that I marked, and I'm going to line my fabric up. So the edge of the fabric is going to be lined, but about a quarter. So we'll line it up first of all. So line up the raw edges. And okay, this piece is longer, as you can see, longer than the calico here. but then I'm just going to move it over 1/4 inch, just so it's slightly over there for my seam allowance. Now, I'll tell you what, I will in fact, so you don't need to mark this, but I will, just so that you can see it's working as we stitch. So while I've got that without a pin, I'm going to fold this up as well, just so that I can get a point on the fabric, and I'm going to mark it under there, which is the halfway point, and again on here. So you could fold both of your bits of fabric if you want to, and just to find that center point, and then I'm just going to fold this one there and mark there. Or if you wanted to just clip just a tiny little nick into the fabric with your scissors, but I have got little marks there just so that we can see exactly where we're going to. And then when that 1/4 inch goes over, we can see where that is coming to, where I'm going to stop. So I don't know if you can see there, but I have just got a little mark on my calico, and I just brought that over by about 1/4 inch. So you can't see the mark now because it is under there. All right, can be any size. It can be any size. Okay, so I'm going to use a stitch length like I use for patchwork, which is I'm going to use 2, so it's smaller than the default setting. So when you switch your machine on, it's probably 2.5-ish, and I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to stitch, starting in just a little bit from the edge there, and I'm going to stitch to 1/4 inch. If I just move that back so you can see, so 1/4 inch from the end here, and then I will show it. So as I say, small stitch, and I'm watching. I can just lift under here until I get to, right, I am about 1/4 inch now. So now I'm going to lift the presser foot, and then I'm going to pull the calico from underneath, because I have I've come to a corner, but I've still got fabric here of the batik, which is sitting on the top, which finishes halfway down this piece of calico, but it's not a problem. And also I've got my little mark on the calico, my spot of 1/4 inch, and my fabric perfectly sits about 1/4 inch over my batik. So just pull that straight, and then I'm just going to carry on stitching down to that 1/4 inch point, which I can't see, but I'm on my batik. So now I've still got the calico here, so I'm going to pull the batik up so that I've got this straight. So I've got the batik now lining up with the rest of this calico edge. So just pop that down, and I can also see right here, just before the end of the calico, that I've got my little dot, which is 1/4 inch. So I'm knowing that is lining up nicely. And let me just move that, just use my seam ripper. I can see that the batik is just, I'm just going to poke that out so that it's as smooth out. Don't worry about the corners, because the way this all works, even if it's a little bit puckered, it won't matter. So I'm just carrying on stitching down this side now. This is a very quick make actually. So I've got to about 1/4 inch. Yeah, and I could do one more stitch, I think. Lift the presser foot again, and then I've still got more of the batik to stitch down. Can you see this piece growing here? You see how it's pointed? It's sort of standing up. So now I've lifted the presser foot, and I'm going to pivot the calico underneath, and I'm going to bring the batik down to meet this edge as well. And again, I've got my little marker for my 1/4 inch, and it's the batik is just coming over that mark, which is exactly where I want it to be. And I'm just going to carry on stitching down here. So get to about 1/4 inch from the edge, and then again I've still got calico to stitch, so I'm going to lift my presser foot, and I'm going to pull the batik down to meet the calico. And again, I have that mark at the 1/4 inch. So I just carry on down here. And with the batik, I'm going to stop where that mark is, because it is a 1/4 inch from that edge. I'm going to lift the presser foot again, and this time it alternates really. Because we've got to a corner, I want the calico to move around here, so I've got another edge to stitch along. And I'm just going to pull the batik down, put my presser foot down, and carry on stitching along there until I get to a 1/4 inch from the end there. And then I'm going, now you see I've got a corner and a bit. So presser foot up, I've still got the calico, so I'm pulling the batik. I'm just going to tuck that because that's just getting caught up there. So I'm going to bring that batik down to line up with the edge of the calico, and just stitch down here, keeping those edges aligned and nearly at that little mark. And then I've got my last little bit, so I need to, I'm at a corner with the calico, so pull that around, and then funnily enough you will find that this last little bit here fits, but I do want a gap. So what I'm going to do is when I come round this corner, because we're going to stuff it, so I'm just going to pull that so that fits there nicely, but here I'm going to make that fit the calico, but I'm just coming round the corner, and as I say, I've got to leave a gap to be able to put the stuffing through. So I've gone a couple of inches down, reversed, or no, an inch or so, reversed and cut. And then here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stitch down to this corner. So that is going to fit nicely along there, but I want to stitch just a little bit to make it easier to turn that corner in. So again, just not even an inch, just to come round that corner, because it's easier to turn it through. So skewed being the what the meaning of Biscornu, that does look skewed, doesn't it? And the idea of using totally contrast fabrics really will show you what it's all about. So I've left that hole, I'm turning it through, and now I'm just going to poke out the corners. Can you see that nice little corner there? And so every little corner, just pop your finger into, and it's amazing how neatly they come out, look, and with very little effort. No real puckering there, which is good. So just, there's bound to be one, because it always, right, so it still at the minute doesn't look anything, but you can see these points starting to come. So I grabbed hold of my trusty pillow that is actually going down these days. So here is a bit of my stuffing. So you can use toy stuffing, but why not recycle an old pillow that you've just put through the washing machine. And all I'm doing in this gap is stuffing some of the stuffing in. And my gap is probably 2.5 inches, something like that. Whoops. So with a long trail of it, I'm just able to keep stuffing it in. And it does take a little bit of stuffing. So Brenda came out of Facebook and went into something else, then came back on, and I am here. I'm fine now. Oh, right. And you went into something else. What is that all about? I don't know, Joanna. I don't know whether Facebook is playing up, but when it froze, I haven't had that little sign come up that I usually do. As usually it's a red rectangle which says finish this video now or wait or something like that, and I just carry on talking just in case you're still listening to it, and it's a message for me which is a little bit bogus. Okay, so I'm stuffing a bit in and trying to push them out into those corners, but the shape is sort of coming, can you see there? So where the those points are, I'm just trying to, as I say, push them into those points just to accentuate the points that are there. A little bit like, you know, you would push, if you're doing a soft toy of some sort, you would push in the to the nose area, or I don't know, I haven't done it, or down, if it was a leg, you would push it down to the toes, the tips, just to make sure that's all stuffed nicely before the central bit, because it's really hard to get into those small places once you've got a wodge of stuffing in the majority of the soft toy. So it's coming, but we don't want it to be stuffed too full, because what I'm going to do is put a button through the middle. Now, had I got my pin cushion with a needle, that would have been great. But now, where is it? That's the thing, because little Charlie grabbed the pin cushion. Oh, it might be on top of. Did I put it up there? Let's have a look. So there, it's coming along. So bear with, you feast your eyes on that for one sec while I just move out here. Oh, it is there. One pin cushion retrieved, and I'll say there was a needle. This is what I was looking for. Charlie found it in my bag that I take, and I'm just looking. There was oh, it's still there. Charlie likes to press the pins down as much as he can, and I managed to, oh, I have got another needle. Charlie must have pushed that down. Okay, so we managed without a pin, so it can be done. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I feel that I have got enough, so I'm just going to pull that through. I'm sure I put some scissors on this table. Never mind, okay, we'll use that. And I'm going to use double thread. So, let's see if we can thread this well. Because, no, not like that. I'm putting two, rather than putting one through, oh, it worked. Rather than putting one piece through for it to be double, I've actually threaded both the ends through, because what I find is that's it. What I find is when I put a single thread strand through and back out the other side and tie a knot, sometimes one side it like creates loops, whereas if I have two pieces of thread, so what I've got, and actually I needn't have put a knot there because I could have gone through the loop, couldn't I? But never mind, I put a knot there, but I find that doesn't loop as much. So all we're going to do now, that is quite nicely padded, is we're going here to, I'll tuck that little bit in, just going to a little bit of hand sewing for those that love it. I know there's lots of you that don't, so if you wanted to, you could, what could you do? You could machine stitch here. There's enough leeway there to do that. But I'm just, let's put that there just a minute. I'm just folding those raw edges in, and if I pull from, I'll cut that bit off in a minute, pull from where we stopped stitching and just nail press along there, that is just, there we are, so that they go together quite nicely. And I am going to put a pin there just to hold it while I start. So I'll put a pin into that. So we're going to, and I think I showed you how to do this the other day, but we're just going to ladder stitch. So I will put my, I'm going to hold it that way. I'm going to start the knotted end. I'm just going to go back further into that seam so that the knot is further in here than rather than just at the edge there. So let's just see if I can do this. So my thread has come out there, so I'm going to go into, one side, and because I'm holding it with the edges together, but I'm just going to go into the top fold on one side, then I'm going directly across to the other side and taking almost a running stitch, and not necessarily pull it up, and then into the top there again and do another running stitch, back to the other side, and then it's only about 1/8 of an inch or so, and it is looks quite neat when it's done. So as I say, I'm just going into along that fold. See if I can get a little bit closer there, and then I'm directly over to the opposite side and going into the batik, take a stitch, and then directly over to the other side, take a stitch, and the smaller the stitches the better, but I'm just wanting to get this done fairly quickly, and you could probably go as low as half of that, so they're nice tiny stitches. So across into that fold, and then all you see is similar to what you would see with a machine stitched seam. You know, when you stretch a seam, you can see little vertical lines between one piece of fabric and the other, and so again directly across, and it's because we're going directly across from one side to the other, which would look like a ladder. So just get that last little bit in there, I think one more or even two more, so straight into the calico bit, straight back over to, now if this was a longer seam I would have pulled that up, but I can pull that now, it's a fairly long, so I could have done it a little bit, that's not quite as good as it could have been, but so now I've got to the end there. What I'm going to do is into a little bit further down on that side, do a little knot, probably do another one. I'm just going to come up there. So I've come up further and I've come out of, but I haven't got any scissors, I've come out onto the fabric, but if you pull it so that the fabric gathers up a bit, I'm going to use a seam ripper. I'm just going to cut that thread, and then when you release the fabric it pulls the end of the thread back through. So there is, now can you see how that's working? And just push that. So what I'm going to do now, this is where, if pos, I bet they're the same length, you want a long needle, a long needle. So that, and a longer piece of thread, because I'm going to put a button here which gives much more depth to the cushion. It really accentuates the shape of it. So I don't know if I'll be lucky enough to thread this for a second time. I'm usually rubbish at threading needles, and I didn't lick it. I'll tell you what I did, let's see if it works. It's a fairly small eye of the needle. I'm just putting the both threads, wrapping it around where the eye of the needle is, keeping it in my fingers and putting the needle, no. It does work sometimes. So, and you're basically holding the threads in between your fingers and putting, oh yeah, it has worked. And then I push the, where is my hand? Oh, it's hands down there. You're pushing the eye of the needle onto the thread. Goodness, it did work. Right, let's just, I will knot this again. Right, just wrap it around my finger and pull it down. Okay, now just find roughly the center, and this is where a long needle is really good, because this isn't that long, but I'm going to pull that through. All right, so I've gone through to the back. I think that is about central. Now, had I, you know, when I folded the fabric, if I just creased it the whole way across, it would give me a central position, but I didn't. And actually, I want it to go on the other side, my button. So, shall I do it that side? Dum-de-dum-de-dum. No, I'll have the button on this side. No, I'll have the button on the other side. Make your mind up, Trisha. Because I've got my knot there, I want to come up near the knot, and I want my button to cover the knot. So now I'm just taking a button and I'm going to go back through the other side and try and get my needle to come up roughly in that area. And it'd probably be better to have another button on this side as well, but I've just got the one button because I just went and grabbed what I could. Okay, so I pulled that through, pulled that up, and then I'm coming straight up through another one of the holes in the button. Oh, it's got Chanel Paris on it. That's quite apt, isn't it? Biscornu, I'm sure is a French word. And so I've gone back through there, and then I'm just going to go back into here as well. See if I can come up somewhere near the eye. And I would do this, I'm trying to get somewhere near the centre there as well, where I came out before. And I can feel feel it's nice and taut. It's come back out there. And then I think what I'll probably do now, I will go down into the top, but I'll come out near the top so that I don't have a knot showing. I'm just pressing that down so that I can get the needle coming out under the button. Okay, so having come out under the button, I can now wrap my thread around and around, and then I will go back down here. So I've gone back through, coming out where I came out before, and I am just going to do a knot down here. So if you did have another button on this other side, it would be easier. I'm just doing it on the side of the machine now because it's allowing me to do that. And then I'm going to knot that, and I'm going to do a second knot for security. Whoops. And then, just like I did when I was doing the seam, I'm going to take my thread now and go into like the center of this. So I'm stitching, I'm not come out the other side, I'm stitching into my cushion, so it's into the wadding, come out there, and then if I pull that a bit, and I'm going to cut, as I say, with a seam ripper again, and then the thread shoots back into the middle, into the center, so you've got no threads hanging at the edge. Let's just pull that out. I didn't poke that one out well. So a little bit different. I'll come up again now. Oops. And I'll show you what it's like. Oh, that's it. No, that's not good. That's good. So, can you see? Oh, Tony back. Can you start, please, again? Of course I can, Tony. Let's see. It's good Joy knew what Biscornu was. Yes. Oh, it can't be playing nicely. Oh, I saw that bit, yes. There's Linda. When you come back from being frozen at the beginning, your sound was out of sync. Oh! So I went out of Facebook, went into another app on my tablet, then back into Facebook, and everything worked again. Oh, I'm looking a funny colour, actually. I don't know. You've still no idea what it's going to look like. Oh, this is what it looks like, Stella. Okay, so that is made from 2 squares of fabric. That's what it looks, oh, because it's, yeah, you can hold, oh, that's better. It's too much light coming in here. So it is like that, like that. Okay, so if you wanted to be really clever, you could put piping cord in between the 2 layers. So all you're doing really is offsetting a seam, whereas we usually line up the fabrics together, exactly together, and you just go around the edge of the square. What we're doing is we're starting halfway across an edge, and then as we get to the corner, we are just carrying on. One piece of fabric is going to be still straight, and the other piece will be at the corner. So you're just pulling the bit where the corner is to make another straight edge for the rest of the straight edge to fit onto. So it's it is quite Yes. So with your 10-inch squares already cut, that would work nicely, wouldn't it? Oh, Eliza Jane, everything was perfect. Right. Fabric's fab, love the batik. That was just a bit that well, it was just hanging around. And you could make it much, it can be a cushion. It can basically, if you wanted to work, you see, I don't think an 8.5-inch square is so big, and that has come up quite sizable. Let me have a look. Yeah. Oh, so it comes up to, I'm just, from where a point, it comes up to about, which is probably the right sort of thinking, it's about 8 inches from one point to another. It's 8 inches. So if you said, you know, your 1/4 inch each side seam allowance, would take it down to 8. So work with a 16-inch square, 18, 20, and you will have a large Biscornu cushion. So this, on this sort of size, I would use that as a pin cushion, a nice big pin cushion. But it can be a cushion because, you know, from the front it's odd angles. Yeah, I like it smaller and stuffed more, would be a good pin cushion. Absolutely would. And as I say, usually when we don't stuff it too much, it's because we are stitching that the opening with machine. And if it's really stuffed fully, it's hard to get the sewing machine onto the edge of your fabric. Oh right, you missed a bit when it got frozen. Yeah, it's different. And yes, Joanna, small as a pincushion, I think is a really good idea. I think it's different. But as I said, the meaning of the word Biscornu is skewed or quirky. And skewed, I think, is exactly the word. Because looking at that as it is, or it's better to see it sideways to see these points of a different colour, you would never believe it was made from 2 squares, would you? And that's what, I like things that are not exactly as they seem. So, I hope you like that little make for today. As I say, it was a quick thought because I thought, I really don't know what to do. And tomorrow I will, I'll do a rerun of face masks. And also I'll just go through, Maggie loves it, oh, give it a go. Oh, Stella, it's not too difficult. It really isn't. Yep, foundation paper piecing. I want to do some of that. What I was waiting for is till I get my add a quarter rulers, because they are so good to work with, so they should be with me probably the beginning of next week. Would be a great floor cushion in a child's bedroom. Okay, Sharon, you're going Slimming World Zoom meeting. There was somebody else does that as well, or a couple of others. So yes, I shall start soon. As soon as they're back, I'm going to start, because I did make some more. We didn't talk about cake today. Wow. The grandchildren finished off the fork biscuits. I made some more the other day. Just shouldn't have done. Sunday I must have done. 10 minutes spare. Oh, while Martin was cooking the dinner, I said, oh, I'm going to make some. Yoga calls to Carol. Okay. It is 6 o'clock. How? When it was such a short demo, how have I taken so long? Never mind. Lovely to have your company, everybody. And the new ladies as well. Lovely to see you and welcome to the group. I shall return tomorrow. I will show you all my bits and pieces in a bit more depth, and we'll go through the face mask. And as I said, if anybody would like the face mask PDF, at the back, which I'm sitting in front of now, is my email address, which if you send me an email, I'll attach it and send it back to you. Could you do a demo incorporating clear vinyl in a zipper pouch? I have just got a whole reel of clear vinyl. So I will do that, Margaret. It sits in the hall. I've only used it once before, but I will make something using it and see how it works. Make a big bean bag, absolutely. So thank you for that, Margaret, and thank you for everybody for joining me. Love you and leave you. Stay safe and take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.